The earth shook, my ears rang, and it was over. If you would not mind. It was a familiar voice, interspersed with labored coughs. My eyes searched the dimming light, seeing only the hulking body of the collapsed dragon. I'd like to just rest now. A deep, rumbling chuckle. We'll call this a draw. Scales chafed against stone as the dragon hauled himself to the sandpit, sinking into the heat with a heavy sigh. Armor scraped and clinked as the wounded soldier painstakingly began to remove the vestiges from his frame. I hurried over to him and promptly started on the buckles. The talon marks were deeper than I thought, one exposing a rib, and another covered the back of his dark head in so much blood I couldn't see the wound itself. I patted each wound with strips I made from my spare tunic and tied them as best I could. "I'll go get help," I whispered, glancing at the dragon. He gripped my ankle weakly. "Please, stay." I forced the corners of my lips to turn up. "You'll be fine. I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back," I promised as I turned and hurried toward the entrance. Once there, I withdrew the map, unable to read it through a sheen of salt water. He knew he would not live the night. But then, I suspected, neither would the dragon. I sank to the unkind floor with my head buried in my hands, unable to secure timely aid, and powerless to watch him die.
"Boy,"
the dragon called.
"tell me, why? Why did you fight me? What was your quarrel?"
A self-reproving bark of laughter sounded. "You see, it started when I was about 7. A scuffling noise caught my ear, and I looked around to find the young man had moved the short distance into the sand ring with the dragon, their voices fading in time as stone fades to sand. The dragon grunted.
"A knight? Knights do not kill with so little honor. Your foster mother gave good advice."
A wet chuckle escaped the boy's throat.
"What is your name, boy?"
The young man's eyes settled on the sword. It lay in the sand just within reach, where the dragon had discarded the troublesome thorn. Grunting, he curled his fingers around the hilt and settled it across his knees, his face contorted into a melancholic smile. Touching one of the blade's edges with a wet, red finger, he said, "Sana, the healer." The dragon raised a talon and drew his own blood along the opposite edge of the double-bladed sword.
"Sparrow, bringer of hope."
Their discussion fell to murmurs, then whispers, vanishing with the sun. For what felt like a century, I listened for the echoes of a voice that no longer held breath, in the indifferent darkness that shrouded the tomb. He was the son I'd lost, the friend I'd killed, the knight I'd served.